Hello, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm doing an MMA gym tier list. We have about 21 gyms here, so kind of a lot. Did take me a lot of research to do, so do bear with me. But number one, we're going to start out with American Kickboxing Academy. Also, let me get this out of the way first. Most of these gyms, actually all of these gyms except AKA, I'm only doing current, so Team Alpha Male, I'm not going to talk about Cody Garbrandt and TJ Dillashaw because they're not there anymore, and obviously they don't fight or they're not there anymore. So I'm only doing current fighters that are there. And for TriStar, when I talk about TriStar, I'm not going to mention GSP. I'm not going to factor that into my ranking, but I'm only breaking that rule for AKA. For being honest, it's got to be S tier. How is it not S tier? Daniel Cormier, Khabib, Islam, basically the entire Nurmagomedov crew. You had Luke Rockhold, you had Cain Velasquez. This is a stacked fucking gym. The most top-heavy gym we've probably ever seen, if we're being honest. So that's going to go S tier. But again, those rules only apply to AKA. Other than that, we're not thinking about the past. American Top Team, it's also S tier. There's really nothing that you can even say. I guess we can't talk about Dustin Poirier, but we have so many guys. We have Alessandra Pantoja. We have Amanda Nunes. We have Kayla Harrison. We have so many. Bo Nickel's there. Arman Sarukian is there. Chris Duncan's there. Mateusz Rumbetsky is there. Movsar Evloev is there. I could just keep going. I actually wrote down a good amount of them. So I want to say I named every single name that I wrote down. Probably actually no. Edson Barboza's there. Excuse me. Kyoji Horiguchi's there. That's right. Dustin Poirier, he's not there anymore. Grant Dawson's there. So yeah, this is a very, very stacked gym, and it's been like that for years and years. So it's going to go straight in S tier. Shout out to Mike Brown and everybody else that is coaching that gym. CKB. It's not doing amazing now. Of course, Volkanovski is champion right now, so you can make that claim that it's still producing champions to this day. But actually, to be honest, CKB is pretty good. You got Israel Adesanya, who's on a downward spiral, but he's looking to redeem his career against Joe Pyfer. You have Carlos Ulberg is there, Cam Rouston is there, Brando Pericic is there, Kai Kara-France. Navajo Sterling is there. I want to say that's everybody I can think of. Yeah, that's actually a really good gym, to be honest. We got champions. We got guys that, were amazing, but now we're kind of on the downward spiral near retirement. You also got up-and-coming guys like Cam Rouston, Brando Pericic. You got guys that are contending for titles like Kai Kara-France. So we might have to go A tier. For being honest, we may have to go A tier. And also, I think Tyson Pedro was there. I think a couple other names in that Australia/New Zealand area that's in Auckland, New Zealand. I guess I should say the city for each one. American Kickboxing Academy is San Jose, California. American Top Team is Coconut Creek, Florida, just a few hours from me. Next, we have Team Alpha Male. Very good history, of course. You had guys like Figueiredo, Cody Garbrandt, TJ Dillashaw. The young guys. Actually, not Strickland. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of someone else. What was his name? I can't think of his name. So obviously you did have guys that were legends of the sport, which could make it AS tier. But again, we're not going off that. We're going off right now. We may have to go high C or maybe low B tier. You got Song Yadong, Miktabek Oralbai, Josh Emmett, Yan Xiaonan. Who else is there? Mike Malot's there. Joseph Morales, up-and-coming flyweight contender, is a fucking beast. I actually think he fights really soon. I think he got a fight book really soon. Andre Fili is there. So honestly, we might go B, low B tier. Of course, there's going to be a lot of gyms that will overtake this, but I think we're going to go low B tier there. Next is going to be Killcliff FC in Deerfield Beach, Florida. So 10 minutes away from American Top Team. This was pretty stacked. Also, to be fair, there will be some names, Marvin Vettori is on this list, right? But also, Marvin Vettori was on American Top Team, and Marvin Vettori also was on Tiger Muay Thai and Extreme Couture. So if I say one fighter for multiple gyms, that's because most fighters don't just pick one gym and never leave. They're going to go and have a training camp here, or they're going to, I'm done with my head coach here. I'm going to go to this gym for the next few years of my career, because that's just how the fight game goes. So Killcliff FC, it's going to be B tier. I think, honestly, Team Alpha Male may be ahead of it as of now. Kamaru Usman, Michael Chandler is there. But also, they kind of do some time elsewhere. Michael Chandler goes to Nashville, Tennessee sometimes. Kamaru Usman goes out to Colorado, the Aurora area. But he is most known for Kill Cliff FC. There's guys like Gerald Mearshart. Brendan Allen was there for the longest time, up until, honestly, his last fight. Michael Johnson's there. The Burns brothers are there. Gregory Rodriguez, Vicente Luque, Jared Gordon, Marc-Andre Barriou, Baisangur Kayev, Tuco Tuckle. So actually, this is a pretty good gym. No, this is going above alpha male. I don't even know what I'm saying. This is a very good gym, competing with its next-door neighbor American Top Team. Let's see, Shoot the Box. You know, I may want to go C tier here. I know that might sound crazy because, again, Shootbox has such a good lineage of guys, you know, Verdum, Junior Dos Santos. But again, we're only going off right now. So you have Charles Oliveira, you have Ian Gary, you have not Mario Pinto, the guy that Mario Pinto beat. What's his name? Oh my gosh. Marco Tullio is his name. I mean, you got like Alan Nascimento. Gabriel Santos is there. He just beat Jack Jenkins. I shouldn't say just beat. That was a very long time ago. Daniel Santos is there. He just beat, I think, Ju Sang Yu. I think it was Ju Sang Yu, the guy that was celebrating and shit and doing this, and he got knocked out pretty bad. So maybe I shouldn't. I mean, I think it's like high C tier. Maybe I'll make an adjustment later on and we'll go low B tier. But I think there's a lot of gyms that are better than that right now, and it's very much carried by a few guys in Ian Gary and Charles Oliveira. So we'll go like top of C tier. Next is Syndicate MMA in Las Vegas, Nevada. Very good gym. John Wood is the main guy there, I believe. Aljamain Sterling and Merab Dwalishvili have started training there a lot. They split time there between Las Vegas and Long Island. Khalil Roundtree is there. Muin Gafurov, Chepe Mariscal. Nazim Sadikov is another Long Island guy, but he also goes to Syndicate as well. I mean, Jordan Levitt's there. Well, just because of Aljamain Sterling and Merab Dwalishvili, we're going to go B tier, but if them two were not there, it would probably be a top of C tier. Next is Extreme Couture. A very legendary gym, has produced so many guys. One of the main head coaches, Eric Nixick. I mean, was one of the coaches of the year a couple years ago, but now there's been some controversy. I shouldn't even say controversy. That's the wrong word. I should just say negative discourse, because a lot of his fighters have not been doing so well recently. It's still very stacked, and we're going to go B tier. Probably top of B tier, if I'm being honest. I mean, it's got Sean Strickland, Francis Ngannou, both UFC champions. Ngannou is, well, not the PFL champion anymore, but he was once one of those guys. Manel Kopp is there. Roman Dolidze. Johnny Walker recently moved there. Marvin Vettori recently moved there. Daniel Zellhuber and Dan Ige. Both guys are there, but both guys have had some questionable losses. The biggest gripe with Coach Eric Nixick is that he seems to neuter these fighters and have their aggressiveness just go out the window, and they're too focused on being smart and calculated and point scoring, and that's why Dan Ige lost to Patricio Pitbull, because he wasn't being aggressive. Same with Daniel Zellhuber. Chris Curtis moved down to 170, didn't really do good. Same with Brad Tavares, was always known as a guy who was just a tank of a dude, crazy chin, would kind of just, take everything and walk right at you. Now he's being really passive. He just got TKO'd for the first time in his career against a dude that I can't remember. I just know he was really mad at the stoppage. Oh, I don't remember. Eric Anders? Maybe Eric Anders? I could be wrong. I'm not sure. Misha Tate is also there. I completely forgot about her. Yeah, it's going to go like top. Yeah, we'll go top of B tier. Yeah, I think that's fair. I don't want to put Kill Cliff ahead of it. Maybe I'll change that later. Next is King's MMA in Huntington Beach, California. It's Orange County area. It's right by Irvine, Anaheim. So Benil Dariush is there, Rafael Dos Anjos, Giga Chikadze. But other than that, you don't really have many good names like Nikolai Veretennikov, Ozzy Diaz, Kelvin Gastelum. I mean, that's really it, if I'm being honest. Again, carried by its stacked past. Lyoto Machida, Shogun, Fabricio Verdum, Vanderlei Silva. Yair did some training there. Sean Strickland did some training there, but he never made King's MMA his home. So we're going to go King's MMA. Is it above Shoot the Box? Honestly, I don't think it is, because the top two fighters in Shoot the Box are Ian Gary and Charles Oliveira, and the top two fighters in King's MMA are Giga Chikadze and Benil Dariush. And, RDA, but he's quite past his prime now. So, yeah, I think it's going to go low C tier. Again, carried by its past. Next is MMA Lab. This is in Glendale, Arizona? Scottsdale? It's in Glendale. It's in Glendale. We're going to go, I think we might go like low B tier. You have Sean O'Malley has done some training there because Benson Henderson has done some training there, but he's retired. Alex Caceres, well, I guess he doesn't even count anymore because he got cut from the UFC, and I don't think he fights anymore. Well, I mean, Jared Cannonier is there. Mario Bautista is there. I mean, Eric McConico is there, whatever that means to you. Kyler Phillips, Jose Delgado, Marcus McGee, Jakar Close, Brian Barberena. So actually, this might go above Syndicate. And then it may go above, yeah, I think it's going to go above Team Alpha Male as well, just because it's much more deep than Team Alpha Male and Syndicate. Syndicate is very top-heavy with just a few guys, and the quality of the gym kind of just takes a nosedive. But MMA Lab is very stacked and very deep as well. Let's see, who is next? Fight Ready Gym, just down the street in Scottsdale. That is going to go, I think it's going to go top of C tier because you have Henry Cejudo. I'm still counting him. I know he just retired. I don't give a fuck. He fought a month ago, 2 months ago. Shut up. So Henry Cejudo was there. Amir Albazi. TKZ did some training there. Tracy Cortez, Eric Anders, Bruno Silva, the flyweight Bruno Silva. Who else is there? Alatang Ali is there. Auri Chilang is there. Actually, nah, it's going to go behind King's MMA. Should it go above King's? Nah, it can stay there. Yeah, it can stay there. Let's see, Elevation Fight Team out in Aurora, Colorado. Aurora or Denver? I think it's Denver. Maybe it's Aurora. I'm not sure. I think they're pretty close to each other, anyways. They're going to have guys like Justin Gaethje, Corey Sandhagen, Curtis Blades, Neil Magny, Rafa Garcia is there. Kamaru Usman, of course, does some training out there. Trevor Whitman is the main guy. We're going to go... Is it low B? Yeah, I think it's low B. I think that's fair. It's not as deep. It doesn't have many guys, but the few guys it does have is very stacked. So we're going to go low B. I think I'm going to go above Syndicate, actually, if we're being honest. Yeah, I think we're going to go above Syndicate. Next is Factory X Muay Thai out in Inglewood, Colorado. I think that's fairly close to Denver. I want to say that's west of Denver? Like northwest of Denver? I could be wrong. I'm not sure. My geography is not great with Colorado. Factory X Muay Thai, very deep. Cody Brundage. Neil Magny has also done a lot of training there. Brandon Royval, Yusuf Zalal, Alexander Hernandez, Chris Gutierrez, Dustin Jacoby, Markel Medeiros. You got the filthy cheat, Isaac Dolgarian. I think this is B tier. It's a little deeper than Factory X, but it's not as top heavy. It doesn't have as many quality guys. It doesn't have Corey Sandhagen, a Blades, a Justin Gaethje, an occasional Kamaru Usman. It doesn't really have that. So we're going to go here. Is it above Syndicate? Nah, I don't think it's above Syndicate. Fighting Nerds. Underrated gym. I mean, I shouldn't. What am I saying? Underrated. It was underrated at the time because all of the main guys, the four main guys, lost all at the same time, like within a month of each other. Carlos Prates lost to Ian Gary. Mauricio Rufy got submitted by Benoit Saint-Denis. Gene Silva lost to Gene Silva lost to what's his fucking name? Diego Lopez. Caio Borralho lost to Nasruddin Imavov. That was all within like a month or two of each other. So everybody jumped off the Fighting Nerds train. Now everybody's back on, of course. That's just how the MMA and UFC community fan base is. Annoying as fuck. But they don't just have those four guys. I mean, they have Mikhail Alexeychuk has recently gone there. Thiago Moises is there. They have Carini Silva or Natalia? It's Carini Silva, right? Yeah, it's Carini Silva. I get those two mixed up. Bruno Brazil is there. It's a very good up-and-coming gym. Honestly, I'm going high C tier with low B tier potential. You know, if a guy like Mauricio Rufy breaks into the top 3, 4, 5, it could bump it up to B. Caio Borralho, if he beats Rainier de Ritter, that could bump it up to... Honestly, it might be B, to be honest. I think it's going to be B. Low, very low B, B minus, but we're going to go B. You know, there's a lot of potential. Mauricio Rufy is in the title picture pretty soon. He's one fight away from getting a number one contenders fight. If Caio Borralho wins that fight, he's one win away from a number one contenders fight. Gene Silva is also, if he wins one more, he's most likely going to fight for the belt. And Carlos Prates, I mean, there's such a log gem at welterweight. But I mean, you could make an argument that he should fight for the belt. He shouldn't, but you can make the argument. It can be made. You know, there's a lot of guys like Michael Morales. Sean Brady's out of the picture now. But, you know, it's mainly those two guys. So, and Kamaru Usman, too. Can't forget Kamaru Usman, the real #1 contender of welterweight. Fucking Christ. Valley Flow Striking in Bensonville, Illinois. That is, I think, a half hour west of Chicago. Yeah. So let's see. We have not really many guys. You got Bilal Muhammad. You have now Brendan Allen. He did just move his camp out there. And what do you know? He's looking very good. Bilal Muhammad is a very good coach, by the way. I know he's not technically a coach. He's not technically a coach, but Bilal Muhammad is a very good corner man. And yeah, fuck it. We'll call him a coach because he has transformed Brendan Allen into a different fighter. Because he was always just seen as this guy, Brendan Allen, low fight IQ, he sucks, he's never really that good. Okay, he does have some low fight IQ, but he was always been a very good fighter, very talented. He always was just a submission over position guy when that's not what you should be doing. And there was some other questionable decisions that he would do. His gas tank wasn't amazing, but it's getting better. But he's a very coachable fighter, and we see that with his new partnership with Bilal Muhammad, who honestly has turned him around and got him in the top 6, I think he is. And I think Brendan Allen realistically can be a top 3 middleweight. I truly do believe that. He is very skilled. I've always said that. Watch his fight with Nasruddin Imavov. Watch any of his recent fights. Okay, of course, he has had some questionable decisions when it comes to fight IQ, but he is just so talented all the way around. And I want you guys to watch out for Brendan Allen. The dude is fucking nice, all right? Let me tell you. But Yair is there. Ignacio Bahamondes is there. Charles Radke is there. Nick Aguirre is there. He's the dude that got submitted by Peyton Talbot in his UFC debut. Carlos Hernandez is there, who I think actually just got cut from the UFC a couple months ago. Whatever. I think it's gonna go above shoot box because Bilal Muhammad is still really good, even though he's lost 2 in a row. But Brendan Allen is on the up and up. Yair Rodriguez. He won his last fight. We'll give that to him. Gosh, I cannot stand that dude. But we have. Ignacio Bahamondes also lost his last fight to Rafael Fiziev. So we're gonna go above King's MMA, but below Shoot the Box. Should we go above Shoot the Box? Nah, we'll go right below Shoot the Box. Let's see. Next, MMA Factory in Paris, France. That, of course, is home to Cyril Gane, William Gomez. Benoit Saint-Denis has done a lot of training there. Nasruddin Imavov has done a lot of training there. Honestly, there's not really that many guys that's there. So we're gonna go above Fight Ready, but behind King. We're gonna go above King's MMA. Dude, King's MMA is really not that good, if we're being honest. Like, it's just Beneil Dariush, it's just RDA, and fucking who else? Giga Chikadze. And none of those guys are doing good at all in their career. Giga Chikadze just got knocked out. Beneil Dariush, I think he should retire. He's talking about moving up to 170. What the fuck are you talking about? That couldn't be one of the worst decisions you've ever made. You're chinny as fuck at 155 and you want to go up to 170? What are you, like, what? And the same shit with Vicente Luque. He's a small welterweight, he's chinny as fuck, and he moves up to 185 to fight a power puncher. What the fuck are we doing here? Who are these guys' managers? Do they care about their health at all? Okay, it's completely lost my train of thought. Yeah, MMA Factory, I think Valley Flow Striking is ahead of it, but MMA Factory is going to be above King's MMA. Because, yeah, it's pretty solid. Jackson Wink MMA. John Jones is not retired, so we're going to mention that he's there, even though he's not there anymore, but he was there for most of his career. Then he was out with Greg Jackson. Like, Jackson Wink is the main head coach here. And then he moved over to Greg Jackson for a different gym, also in Albuquerque, New Mexico. That's where this is. What's his name? Steve Garcia is there. Who else is there? Yeah, you really got nobody. Of course you had the Sanchez brothers, who don't fight anymore. Diego Sanchez. Ross Pearson was there, I think. Carlos Condit was there. John Dodson, but of course they are not active. This might have to go D tier, for being honest, because now it doesn't even really have John Jones. It just has fucking Steve Garcia, and that's it. So yeah, it's going D tier. He's a very good head coach, but when it comes to just talent that you have that are in the UFC that are performing, you just don't have that. So it's going to go D tier. John Jones would have brought it up to C, maybe like right here, maybe above King's MMA, maybe right below it. But for now, it's going to go D tier. TriStar Gym out in Canada. I don't know where in Canada it is, and I'm pretty ashamed of myself. So now I need to fact check this. Where does it say? Montreal, Quebec. Okay, I should have known that. I should have wrote that down. Should have took that in my mind. TriStar Gym, Arnold Allen, Iman Zahabi, Rob Font is recently there. He left the New England Cartel and he's been at TriStar for a couple years. Nasrat Haqparast. Kevin Lee. Did Kevin Lee retire after he got destroyed by that guy in PFL? I think he did retire, so I guess we're not going to count him. Yeah, TriStar is going bottom of C tier. I mean, Arnold Allen just lost to Gene Silva. Rob Font lost to, oh my gosh, what was his name? Oh, he lost to Steve Garcia, right? I think, yeah, he lost to Steve Garcia. Iman Zahabi is just like a fucking top 5 bantamweight. That is a shitty division, dude. That is not a good division. I may make a video ranking divisions or doing a tier list of divisions or maybe just another division-related video. Bantamweight is overrated as fuck. Same with featherweight, but bantamweight, fucking... Iman Zahabi is a top 5... Hold on, we actually need to fact check this. Is he in the top 5 of bantamweight? He's in the top 6, dude. What the fuck is this division? David Martinez is top 10. He's a good fighter. Oh no, David Martinez beat Rob Font, right? Yeah, he beat Rob Font? Yeah, David Martinez, that's right. But Steve Garcia also beat him. No, he didn't. That's a different weight class. What the fuck am I talking about? Sorry, it's been a long day. Where was I at? Yeah, C tier. It's a decent gym, but it's not amazing as of now. You know, you don't have a guy like GSP. You don't have Rory McDonald anymore. So, bottom of C. Rufus Sport in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Sean Brady. Joe Piper. You don't have Eddie Alvarez. You don't have, what's his name? Paul Felder. You got what's his name? Christian Rodriguez. The Pettis brothers were there. I mean, not as good. You just got a couple good guys, but I think those couple good guys are much better than the good guys in TriStar Gym, so we're going to go above TriStar, bottom of C. Should we go above Fight Ready? Yeah, I think we'll go above Fight Ready, for being honest, because Sean Brady, I mean, was just the #1 contender at welterweight. So, you know, if he gets another win, I mean, he's talking about going down to 155. I think that's ridiculous. The guy weighs 200 pounds. How are you going to make that cut? But, I mean, he's, again, one fight away from being back in the mix. Joe Pyfer, with a win over Israel Adesanya, that could push him in the top 4. So, I mean, C-Rod is just the prospect guy, the guy that beats prospects and loses to other people. So, nothing really amazing there. Honestly, I think Fight Ready's above that. Who was in Fight Ready again? I'm sorry. Fight Ready was nah, actually no, we'll go Rufus Sport above it. Fight Ready is not that great. No, but Rufus Sport is above King's MMA though, now that I think about it. We'll go there. Ray Longo, I'm kind of bringing in the entire blanket of Ray Longo MMA and Sarah BJJ because, I mean, Sarah Longo, Ray Longo and Matt Serra are the 2 main head coaches there. And yeah, they have their own gyms, but they're like 10 minutes away from each other on Long Island in Garden City, I believe. So I'm just going to count those all as one gym because it kind of is, if we're being honest. So you got, of course, Aljamain Sterling Marab. You have Nazim Sadikov, Matt Frivola, Chris Weidman. You know, it's pretty good. It's going to go above King's MMA. It's going to go above Rufus Sport. I think it's going to go above MMA Factory as well because Marab is a very dominant champion. Was a very dominant champion. Still a very dominant fighter. Aljamain Sterling is in the top 4 of featherweight. Maybe 5. Top 4 of featherweight. Nazim Sadikov, I mean, I once was a big believer, but then Faresiam just beat his ass. So that was kind of hard to see. Is it above Valley Flow? Yeah, no, actually, it's not above Valley Flow. I put more stake into the depth of Valley Flow with Ignacio Bahamondes, Yair Rodriguez, Brendan Allen, Bilal Muhammad, Charles Radke, even though, I mean, who the fuck cares about Charles Radke? I think Valley Flow striking is just a little more deep than the Sarah Longo camp, but if it's very close, should I go shoot box lower than some of these guys? Nah, I think we'll keep Shoot Box there because they have a lot of younger guys. Like they have like a Daniel Santos, Felipe dos Santos. Yeah, Daniel Santos, but Felipe dos Santos, who just got cut from the UFC, coming off a win, by the way. Now, yeah, he didn't really do anything outside of his UFC debut fight with Manel Kape, one of the most entertaining fights of that year. Then, I mean, he had some not so entertaining fights and a couple losses as well. But then you got guys like Daniel Lacerda, who was just fucking ass. He went like 0-5 in UFC, and I think he had a no contest because there was that weird controversy where he got submitted, but like he didn't tap, and the referee fucked up. Or something. Do you guys remember that? I want to say that was the UFC Noche card with Valentina Shevchenko versus Alexa Grasso 2, the fight night. I think that's what that was. That also had Ian Gary. I'm sorry, that had what the fuck? It had Kevin Holland versus Jack Della Maddalena. I think that was that same card, if I'm remembering correctly. That was a weird little thing, but yeah, Shoot the Box has some decent guys that are just really fun fighters. And Valley Flow doesn't really have that. Ray Longo doesn't really have that besides Natsume Sanikov, but Shoot the Box has more. Next is Fortis MMA out in Dallas, Texas? Dallas? Okay, damn, why the fuck did I not remember that? Now I have to... Where is... Not Fortis, Massachusetts. Fortis MMA. It is in Dallas. Okay, I got that. Okay. Let's see. So that is actually really stacked. There's a lot of guys out in Fortis MMA. You've got Carlos Diego Ferreira, Lonzo Menefield, Jeff Neal, Miles Johns, Ryan Spann, Alex Morono, Jacoby Smith, guy that could be champion at welterweight in a couple of years. Just give him some time. He's fighting very soon. He has a fight booked. Damon Jackson is there. I don't even think he's retired. He just hasn't fought in so long. He got his ass beat really bad against Chepe Mariscal. God, that was a hard watch. Fortis MMA is going B tier. Is it above Fighting Nerds? Yes, it is above Fighting Nerds, actually. Is it above Factory X? No, it's not above Factory X because, well, actually, it is above Factory X. I'm going to go above Factory X, not above Syndicate. But yeah, we'll go above there. We'll go like mid B tier, kind of. Fortis MMA is really good. I mean, Lonzo Menefield is a top 6 light heavyweight in the world, or whatever that means, because that division blows. I mean, Jeff Neal is good, but he's on a losing skid, but he's going to get that win back when he beats Uros Medic when the UFC goes to Houston late February. I mean, Jacoby Smith is an up-and-coming guy. A lot of good dudes in Fortis MMA. Last but very not least is Tiger Muay Thai. One of the coolest looking gyms. This is out in Phuket, Thailand. You have fighters, of course, like Rafael Ziv. He's one of the striking coaches there. Pyotr Yan, Valentina Shevchenko. Arman Sarukian has done a lot of training there. Then you have a lot of not so popular guys. I mean, Mark Vittori did train there for a little bit, but he never really made that his home for that long. He was just there for a couple camps. But you do have a lot of guys that don't have massive names or only have a couple fights in the UFC, but also they don't just have UFC fighters. I mean, this is a massive gym. And of course, it is the national sport of Thailand, is Muay Thai. So you have a ton of Muay Thai legends that are there. So this is not just only UFC. So as a result, we're going to go like middle of B tier. I think we're going to go above Elevation just because it's so stacked. And so many guys have done residencies there and have done a lot of training camps there. I mean, Alexander Volkanovski did a residency there early on in his UFC career. He was there for a long time, actually, before he went to City Kickboxing. And Tiger Muay Thai is just one of the most prestige gyms that fighters go to, especially guys that are on the come up, like people that just want to be a fighter so bad and they sell everything that they have in America and they specifically move to Thailand to go to one of those gyms, specifically Tiger Muay Thai. So it's just one of the most pristine, legendary gyms. I think we're gonna go above Team Alpha Male. I think we're gonna go above MMA. Is this A tier? I think we're gonna go A tier, if we're being honest. Maybe like top of B. Oh, I don't know. Extreme Couture. Oh, I'm not sure. What should we do here? Should I move Extreme Couture up to low A? Yeah, because Extreme Couture is still one of the. I know you can't really see the logo. I know Extreme Couture is still one of the very prestige MMA gyms in the country, though. Like, if we're going to talk about best MMA gyms in America. You're going, AKA, I mean, well, okay, let's say if you're a fighter now and you want to go there, you're going to go ATT, you're going to go, yeah, that's going to be like one of the second names that you name. It depends on what region of the country you're from. Like if you're out west, you could go MMA Lab. If you're out in Northern California, anywhere, you could go up to Team Alpha Male. You could go Kill Cliff. But yeah, I mean, if you're going to name the best MMA gyms in the country of America, Extreme Couture will be the second gym that you list. So I think it's going to go A tier, even though a few of the fighters are kind of on the downward spiral. But I mean, if Sean Strickland gets a big win against Anthony Hernandez, that is huge. I mean, Manel Kape is basically the number one contender and possibly, probably going to fight for the flyweight belt and very much could be champion. So that could be another champion coming out of Extreme Couture. And it is a very, very popular gym for UFC guys that are early in their UFC career or guys that are there's a lot of PFL guys there too. A lot of PFL guys, LFA guys. It's just a massive, massive gym. So yeah, I think we're going to go A tier for Extreme Couture. I was a little bit out of my mind when I put it B tier. But other than that, I think this is a pretty good list. That's 21 gyms. Of course, there's a couple that I definitely have forgotten. I mean, like I didn't put the New England Cartel on there. It's probably a couple of the gyms that I'm not thinking of. But I mean, there's just so many gyms. I wanted to do only the prestige ones. And I tried to stay away from the gyms that only have literally one guy at them. Like, who's a good example of that? Like Jalen Turner, for example. He's at Carlson Gracie Riverside in Riverside, California. And he's like the only fighter, the only MMA fighter that's there. There's like a couple amateurs who are 2-1. There's not a collection of guys at Carlson Gracie Riverside. I think the same with like Brian Ortega. He's at one of the Gracie gyms in Los Angeles, California. And yeah, there's like again, there's a couple of gyms that have just one good guy and like nobody else. So I try to avoid those. But other than that, I think this is a pretty good list. I will leave the link for this tier list in the description if you want to make a video about it or if you want to just play around with it and have fun. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok at VinceMMA1. Go to www.3punchconvo.com. It is a MMA discussion forum, kind of like Reddit, kind of like Discord combined. We do fight pick contests. There's actually a contest for the fight picks this week. The people that are in the top 5 will win a grand prize of $2,000. Use my code VinceMMA for a first free month. You can use the website for free, or you can pay $4.99 a month. It's the price of a coffee. It's cheap as hell. And again, if you use my code VinceMMA, you get a free first month. I truly believe in there. There's a lot of famous UFC figures that are involved in this website and frequently making posts. Like Hey Jive Picks, Dean Thomas is very active in the Chase Hooper is there, Nazim Sadikov is there. There's just a lot of UFC fighters and UFC personalities that are involved in this website. So yeah, like I said, use my code VinceMMA for a first free month. Please leave a like, share, subscribe, and thank you very much for watching. Tune into the next video.